So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to install the upgraded PPE manifolds on your 2001 to 2016 Chevrolet Silverado or GMC with the 6.6 liter Duramax. For the most of you guys that watch my main channel, I did a full review breakdown YouTube video and also a before and after test. Another video I also wanted to see if just installing simple bolt-on parts like this would increase my boost and lower my EGTs. So if you're interested in watching that entire YouTube video, I left that link in the description. I'm making this YouTube video because I want to make it searchable just in case somebody's installing this product and they need to know how to do this. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so take that 11mm deep socket, remove the V-band clamps from the downpipe. Go ahead and remove all the uppipe bolts. Next, go ahead and use a 11mm deep socket and remove the V-band clamp from the actual turbo from the downpipe. And then once you've done that, go ahead and just pull that downpipe up just to get it out of the way. Now onto the manifold, I went ahead and just removed the heat shield. You don't have to do that. Now I did use a wobble extension as well as a pretty long extension to my air impact in order to get behind the manifold. But you're going to have two nuts, and you're also going to have 6 bolts that you're going to remove. And of course, you're going to go ahead and just remove everything out of there. And then once you've done that and you've removed all of the uppipe bolts from the actual turbo, which on a side note is probably one of my least favorite things of this job right here. It'll give you access, of course, to remove everything on the side, your uppipe as well as your downpipe. And by the way, the easiest way to get to this uppipe is from the ground on the driver's side, right above your engine oil filter right there. And then next we're going to go ahead and remove our steering shaft. It's just one 15mm bolt with a retaining clip on the back of it, as you can see right there. And then go ahead and move that out of the way. One thing I wanted to add is the manifold studs that are stuck in there once you remove the actual manifold. Now, the problem with this is that if you try to extract it on this side, which I tried to do, put vice grips on it to try to twist it out, it wouldn't come out. That being said, I don't want to put too much pressure on these bolts to the point where they snap into the head. That would not be fun. On the passenger side right now, I did attempt to use both of the nuts to try to back it out that way. But the problem is you have this little flange right here, so you're not able to get a socket over it. Of course, using an open end wrench, it's not going to cut it. What I'd like to do is use my impact and, lightly vibrate it to where it kind of works its way loose from the head. And then go ahead and just, zip it out. Of course, I have another one on this side as well. What I did is I sprayed WD-40, let it sit overnight. So if you guys run into this problem, here's a cool little trick. These are 10mm nuts. I went to the hardware store and picked them up. They're also fine thread. Well, here is go ahead and put 2 of them on there, and then just like a tie rod in a way, go ahead and lock both of these together on each other, and then go ahead and loosen this one right here. And what I'd like to do is extract it that way using this 18mm deep socket. It worked perfect. So I went ahead and just pre-gamed it, put the gasket on there with the actual bolts, and just feed it right up through the top, right below the turbo there. It just makes life so much easier when you actually install that right there. But leave everything loose because you're going to need some wiggle room once you actually install this manifold. Now when you put the manifold on, make sure that the engine oil dipstick tube is actually inside of the manifold. Now I did make my own little tool. I took an 8mm Allen wrench and I just cut it off where it 90s right there. And then what I did is I took that right there and I shoved it right inside of a socket, and that gave me an extension in order to get back behind those impossible bolts in order to tighten everything up. Now, when you tighten this, it's going to be 50 foot-pounds. And to be honest with you, it's extremely hard to swing a torque wrench in there. I personally tried. But what I'll tell you is get them as tight as possible. I think I tightened these probably about 3 times around. And then on top of that, of course, you're going to secure the bolts from the uppipe to the manifold. Make sure all this stuff is very tight. I did use a torque wrench, but no luck. You guys can tell I installed a PPE downpipe. And what was really cool with this kit right here is it came with a bracket for a downpipe, which is really neat. Went ahead and installed that. I also installed brand new V-band clamps, as you guys saw in the beginning of the video. But overall, it wasn't fun. It wasn't a very easy job, to be honest with you. I'm not saying that the job is very hard, but it's very time consuming. But yep, it's all done, all good to go. Everything's high flow finally. And then of course on the top here, as you can see, everything's all buttoned up. Of course, I didn't document the driver's side, but let's be honest, trying to get a camera back there is gonna be ridiculous, but it's all done in reverse order. You just really gotta take your time. This probably took longer on the driver's side. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and start it up right now. It actually has a deeper growl to it. All right, guys, so previous boost was at 26 PSI, was the highest that I hit. Let's fast forward months later, actually almost a year later, and I still have the upgraded manifolds from PPE. I've got to say, it's probably one of the best investments that I've done on this diesel engine since my lift pump or my HSP intake stuff. As we all know, those manifolds and nut pipes are very restrictive, those stock ones. So it's always a good opportunity to upgrade your manifolds. I probably put about 50,000 miles on those manifolds since I installed them. And I gotta say, guys, it's definitely worth the work and the investment. So that's it for this video today. I hope it was helpful. If you guys are interested, make sure you subscribe. The goal is to post at least one YouTube video a week on how to install something on a diesel engine. It could be a Duramax, a Cummins, a Power Stroke, but I'm gonna keep you guys informed. That's it for this video today. We'll see you guys later. Let's get after it.